Today was solar eclipse day, and that was very cool. I thought I was going to miss it, but I was walking by Trader Joe's and they had some special glasses out there, so I was able to look up and see it. It was pretty cool, even though San Diego only got a partial one. Well, anyway, today is a day to make a Seaside soap, and that comes from a suggestion on my Vibrant Soap Facebook page, and so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to use a fragrance called Seaside that I haven't used in a long time, and it's basically going to be a bunch of blues, some white, and a little gold to represent the golden sands of San Diego, I guess. And so let's get started with the video. So I really love blue, and look for opportunities to combine versions of blue in one soap. So I'll show you what I'm going to use. I've just mixed some blue and green watercolor to get something pretty close to what I know I'm going to get with the mica I have. I have Tropical Teal from Nurture Soap, and it doesn't come out of the jar like that. It's let me show you. It's deeper in color, but I like a teal with white. I think it makes a nicer looking turquoise. So what you see me mixing here, let me see if I can get down there. So what I'm mixing here is what it looks like in the jar. It's really deep teal, and I don't think it really gets its real nice turquoisey look unless I add some white to it. I'll show you. So if I do that and I use too much white, well, not too much white, you see this, it brings out the richness, I guess you would say, of the teal. So you might want to do that if you want to get a nice turquoise. So I'm going to use that color, and I'm going to also use a color called Bejeweled Mica from Rustic Essentials. It's a green, but it's green that's pretty close to turquoise itself, but it is slightly different, and I do like to work with colors in a real subtle way, which means that the colors are really pretty close, but they are still different. Probably a little lighter than that. Some would call that an emerald, pastel version of that, something like that. Let me put it closer to this turquoise. And then there's this really cool color called Cornflower Celebration Mica, and it's a silver gray. It's a beautiful color. Some would just call it a gray, but it's got some blue in it, which makes it a cooler gray. And I want a really deep cobalt blue, but I don't want that throughout the soap batter. I don't want it to bleed, and I just shy away from my soap having too much concentrated mica in it. So I reserve that for mica drizzle so that it really shows up nicely on the top. So just a little bit of that. And to symbolize the golden sands of this beach soap, I'm going to use a little bit of gold, which is hard to do with watercolor. It's not metallic watercolor, and I think that the gold I use is a little less yellow, but if I translate it into watercolor, it's going to be more of a yellow-orange. Something like that. So that's my color scheme for the soap, except of course I'm going to also have white to symbolize the froth of the waves. So there's the color tutorial, and let's get on with the soap. Okay, so I just added my soap batter to these colors, about equal amounts of cool colors, ocean themed showers. And I want the look of a tiger swirl without necessarily doing a tiger swirl, but I want the ripple effect. So I think I'm going to try something that I've done before and hope that it works out for this one. Adding my fragrance now to all these. Give them a little blend. Make sure that you can see, starting with my white. That looks nice. I'm going to go into my turquoise also first because I want some of that white in there. I think white added to turquoise gives a more of a turquoisey look. Okay, then I'm going to go into this silver gray blue and my green, and finally my cobalt blue. I also have some mica drizzle prepared so that once I get the soap in the mold I can do a top on that. So what am I going to do here? I'm going to alternate with a little white just to keep it sparkly looking. So I'm going to start with some white. Probably can't see any white in this white bowl. But I'm going to just kind of do a spirally action as I do this. In there with some green. I don't think the white will last if I keep alternating it, but maybe I'll use little bits of it. And it's thickening up on me too, so let me just hurry up and get these all in there. I think you get the idea of what I'm trying to do. Oh, it is speeding up on me, so I better just start dumping it in there. I'm thinking that I remembered that this accelerated because of the florals in it. I want it to be able to pour, so I better get it in there. Finally, some of this cobalt blue from a high. Okay, let's pour this in. Look at that, that's beautiful. That looks like the ocean. I'm going to scrape this into the mold first. I'm not afraid of colors mixing in the bowl like this, as I usually might, and that's because these colors are compatible. Even if I mix them together, they're not going to brown. I'm glad I remembered that this one could accelerate. And it changed my plan just a little bit, but not much. I've always liked the Seaside fragrance from Nature's Garden. It just smells very fresh. I don't know if that it reminds me of the ocean, but it does smell fresh and clean. Pound that down a little. I want to save a little bit of this white for the top, like it's the frothy parts of the wave after it hits shore. Okay, you see me using the same spatula to get all this scraped out. And again, it's because I'm not worried that these colors are going to muddy on me. Just deciding on whether I want to do my mica drizzle now. I think I better do some of this now. Maybe I'll just do a little bit. And I've got some cobalt drizzle. And some gold. I need one more drop right there. Just gold and blue I love together, so I'll make sure I get that in there. That can represent the sand. And let's do this one more time. Make it look like waves. And there we go. Like that. Just clean up the sides with my chopstick. Pound it down one more time. And there it is. Okay, so you can see it. Well, I hope you like that. Let's go see what it looks like when it's cut. So remember that this started to accelerate and I had to give up on my original plan and just get the soap in the mold. So let's see how this turned out. Well, that's pretty good. Well, it looks like water. It's appropriate for a Seaside soap. I have to put a note to myself that this Seaside fragrance accelerates. Not that big of a surprise because of the floral scents involved with it. And I vaguely remember that happening before, so it's a good thing I was prepared for it. And there's no muddying, because all the colors are compatible. I like this gray-blue color right in there. Sometimes those other colors just set off the brighter colors, so if everything's bright, they just tend to compete with each other. Some blistering rivers in that piece right there, but with a Seaside soap that is not going to stand out like a sore thumb. And I believe one more cut. Yep. Oh, I like that piece. That cobalt blue is a beautiful blue. Well, again, thank you for watching, and thanks again for the comments, and thank you for the subscriptions and all. So all you have to do is hit my hummingbird logo, and you can subscribe and find out exactly when I add my next video. And I appreciate that. So we'll see you real soon. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.